Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at Orion protocol. Bitcoin seems to be recovering, the alts are as well. I want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And I want to mention the Telegram chat that I have going on. Good talk is going on over there. We're sharing good projects and sharing news that some of us may not catch in time, so it's all good. So do join in there, and plus we can talk because I'm not able to make videos every 5 minutes. So if you want to ask me a question or ask me anything, basically, a Telegram chat is a good way to do that. So jumping into Orion Protocol on the weekly chart, we can see that we are bouncing off the 20 MA beautifully. And we did actually wick below it a bit, and our local bottom is $10.19 at the moment. So that was a good buy-in opportunity, and Orion is still a good buying opportunity. If we do take the fib at the start of this, there we go, swing low to swing high. I did make a Fibonacci retracement video yesterday, so do check that out. It is very important that you know how to use this tool, and it is important that you understand what I'm about to explain. So you have your Fibonacci retracement tool over here, and you can see that we have wicked down below the 0.618, and we are testing it as a resistance right now, and we want to flip it to support. So we want to start climbing through this level, retest it to confirm that we're in an uptrend, and then go up to the 0.5, which is the next strong resistance that we have on the fib retracements, as I've mentioned in the previous video on the fib retracement that I did. So it's looking good. This is the golden pocket. This is where the price usually retraces after an impulsive wave. So that's what we actually got on the weekly, and this is healthy. So the lower we went, the higher we're going to go next time, and the next impulsive move is going to take us above this previous all-time high. Now, if you want to see where the next potential target is after we break through the previous all-time high, what you want to do is have the 1.4 level on the fib. If you go to the settings, this is the level. It basically gives you the next possible target. So we are potentially looking at a 36, or is that a 38? Let me just get that there. That is a 36.44 basically price prediction, and I do believe we're gonna get there in May, because if you go to CoinMarketCal, you can see that there are a lot of events for Orion Protocol in May, in before June, in Q2, Q3, and Q4 as well. So if you're in Orion, this is the good time to be in it, because you can buy more, you can stake it, and you know, this project is going to be good. It's set to get into the top 20 by the end of this year, and do quote me on that, guys. If it doesn't, well, I'm gonna be sad, but I do believe in this project. So if you hold any Orion tokens, do let me know in the comments below. Let's jump into the daily chart right now. So I have all these support and resistance zones over here, and you can see that the local bottom was $1.19, and you could still come back there, and I'll explain why in a minute when we get to the 4-hourly chart. But as you can see, we have been making consistent uh, lower lows and lower highs, and as you can see, all these support and resistance areas are important because we are wicking to them. As you can see, this $12.21 is a strong resistance that we're going to have to get through in order to start climbing up. And I do want to keep this video short because I don't want to bore you with all the boring details, basically. But we have made a bearish cross here, and I said that if we do that, the price can come back down. So potentially what we're seeing is not probably, but we could be set for a mini bear market for Orion protocol. So what that means is if Bitcoin crashes down, then we can start coming back down to these previous impulsive waves. So for example, I do see us coming back down to $9.32 if Bitcoin indeed continues to crash down. So keep that price in mind. One thing that we can start doing is having a bullish cross after we have recently had a bearish cross, and that does happen on the daily sometime. It did happen to Orion actually over here. I just zoom out, as you can see, we made that bearish cross on the daily over here, and then we quickly went back up for that bullish cross. So we're not going to get that bullish cross as soon, but you can expect us to get there eventually, because we can't be going down for a long while. We are in a bull market after all, so do buy the dips, guys. These prices are good to buy right now. Like I said, go send your Orion tokens to KuCoin and stake them. So we are breaking through this resistance level right now, and yes, keep an eye on this bearish cross right now, so we can start coming back up and getting suppressed down by the 20 EMA. Hopefully, with enough volume, maybe some news come out, we do flip the 20 EMA to support, and then we carry it for that bullish cross. Now let's jump into the 4-hour chart, and this is where I explain why we can still come back down to $1.19. As you can see, we have formed this rising wedge. So a rising edge is basically when you have this straight move down and then you start trading with with higher highs and higher lows. Basically, you form this little channel over here, and this is typically a bearish continuation, and you can potentially come back and fall down back to the previous support level, and you want to do that if this does play out. But the rising wedge it doesn't always play out like that. You do sometimes have a falling wedge, which is where you have a downtrend move straight to the downside, and then you're trading with lower lows and lower highs, and that is a bullish continuation. Here we have the opposite, where we have a move to the downside and we're trading with higher highs and higher lows. So potentially this could mean two things. One is we come back to the $1.19, tested as support, and then we create that double bottom over here, and that is a bullish continuation, and that would mean that we are set for a trend reversal. That is one thing that I can see happening. The other one is just we start coming back up and we trade in between these resistance and support zones, and we test them and we come back down, we retest them. Basically a consolidation area for Orion, which would be healthy because the price needs to steady up a bit after all this madness with Bitcoin. So if it does break down, if Bitcoin does break down, then target the previous local bottom or target the $9 price that I just gave you a minute ago. So that is something that we're potentially looking at, and we have made these bearish crosses, and we have made the death cross where the 55 EMA crosses below the 200 EMA, and we want to start getting those bullish crosses. Now if we jump to the hourly chart, as you can see, we still have this rising wedge playing out, and we are testing the 20 EMA as support on the 1 hourly chart. So that looks bullish, and we can start hitting our head on the 55 EMA, which means the 20 EMA is going to start curling up for that perhaps bullish cross, which is then going to help us get to that bullish cross on the 4 hourly, which will help us to get to that bullish cross on the daily. So it all works together, guys, and this is how charts work. So keep all of this in mind. So on the 4 hourly, we're looking to make that bullish cross on the MACD, and that could help the price start coming up, and we don't actually have this rising wedge play out, because a pattern is valid until it's invalidated, and the only way we invalidate is if we just keep on going up and we retest previous support zones and we just don't fall back down on our ass on this support level. But if that does happen, like I said, we are forming that double bottom, which is a bullish continuation. On the RSI, we're looking below the 50 mark, so still a bit oversold, but we are starting to make higher lows and higher highs. And on the daily, we are, yep, on 32, yep, we are pretty much oversold on the daily, so now is a good time to get into the project. The MACD is not looking very good. Potentially, we can get that bullish cross on the MACD. The yellow line is the MACD, the blue line is the signal line, and if we get that bullish cross, then that could help the price up as well. And the volume isn't looking good, guys. We need more volume for Orion. We recently had that token that 3 million tokens added into the supply. So that did affect the price a bit, but not too much. They are going to be adding tokens from time to time, so do expect the price to come down when that happens. And on the weekly, we are looking pretty good on the RSI as I've checked. Yep, 53. So that is straight bang in the middle. So that is it for Orion, guys. Let me know what you think. Have I missed out anything? Do let me know if you have Orion. Are you staking it? And let me know if you bought anything on the dip, because this was a great opportunity to buy a lot of alts. So thank you for watching. Do join into that Telegram chat, and I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.